Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is Hawaiian Pizza Skewers. Today we're essentially going to deconstruct a Hawaiian pizza, stick it on a skewer, and cook it on the grill. Today we're cooking on the Yoder Smokers El Dorado Santa Maria style grill. We're gonna start by getting our charcoal going. So lump charcoal, fire starter underneath. We'll just let these things get nice and hot before we close it up. So there's two stars of this show. One is the pineapple. You gotta have pineapple on a Hawaiian pizza. The other, Spam. What's better than meat out of a can? Probably any other meat, but that's all right. Spam works great for our Hawaiian pizza, so we're gonna be using it. We're gonna get about 6 skewers out of what we're using today. So what I need to do is I need to divide this up into about a dozen pieces, and we're gonna try to keep everything roughly the same size. Now for the pineapple. So we're gonna take the top off, we'll square off the bottom, then shave off all these spines on the side. Now we're just gonna slice this thing into large spears, go in thirds, and then cut it into a dozen roughly equal size pieces. If you want a little guideline, we're looking for about the same size for everything. Now every pizza's gotta have cheese on it, right? I mean, the best ones do anyway. But we can't just put mozzarella on a skewer and expect it to not melt. So we're using halloumi today. This is a nice firm cheese that will hold up to grilling. So again, 12 pieces. Next, we're going to add an onion into the mix, a nice sweet onion. Probably only need about half of this big guy. Cut it into wedges. We just kind of cut these into quarters and peel them off as we thread them on. We're not going to leave bread out of the equation since we are doing a pizza type skewer. So I went and picked up this loaf from our local La Galette, one of the great gyms of Delano in Wichita, Kansas. We're going to cut them about the same size as everything else. Now the bread, we're going to throw a couple tablespoons of our garlic olive oil on top. Just toss those to coat. Maybe a little more. Charcoal's hot now, so we're gonna dump it out. We're just gonna keep this all concentrated on one side of the grill. We're using the flat bamboo skewers that have been soaking in water so they don't burn up. So now each one of these is gonna get 2 of the items that we have here. We've got our Spam, we've got our halloumi. This stuff may fall off because it is a little bit brittle, but no worries. We're gonna toss it all in that Japanese barbecue sauce at the end anyways. Some sweet onion, a cherry tomato, and a piece of that bread. And repeat. So now we're gonna throw a little seasoning on these, and we'll put a bit of avocado oil down to help it stick. We're using the pineapple head, which is it's a lot of sugar, honestly, which is great because there's a lot of salt going on between the Spam and the halloumi. So a little bit of sweetness is gonna help things along. Also, our sauce that we're using, a Japanese style barbecue sauce, also has a good amount of salt in it, so we wanna balance that out. Over the hot charcoal now. The great thing about this is none of these things actually need to be fully cooked. They're all pretty good in the state they're in, but what we do wanna do is warm them up. And with that sugar on the surface, it's gonna caramelize a bit. Ooh, got some nice char on there. We're losing our cheese. Like I said, that's okay though. We'll get it back in the end. So now that we know that we're getting a good amount of color, let's just go ahead and pop this thing up a few notches so it's gonna warm up just a little bit more gently. And then we'll be ensured that, everything's kind of warmed up and we get a little bit of color on these raw items like the onions. Color's starting to come around on all sides now. So we're gonna pull these off as they look nicely browned. Save the cheese. Everything's getting warmed through. Now we're gonna finish it all off with the Bachan sweet honey sauce. You got a couple of options here. You can go drizzle over the top and brush it in. But what I'd really rather do is take it off the skewer and then just toss it in the sauce. I understand if you want to keep it on the skewer for presentation purposes, but this is a much more effective way to sauce it. We'll just do this by eye, but it probably turns out to be about a 1/4 cup. So get it in there, give it a toss, get everything fully coated. So since we're off the skewer, we're just gonna throw it in a cute little bowl. Throw in some chopsticks and you're ready to go. First bite's gonna be pineapple. Love fresh pineapple. Got a nice smokiness to it. The natural sweetness is balanced out by that Japanese barbecue sauce, which is a bit sweet, but also has a lot of salt to it as well. Those things play together pretty well. Let's try some Spam. Don't know how I can tell you try it. I might get a bad rep, but it's pretty tasty stuff. Now the bread, that's where the texture comes in. Unlike everything else that we make, the goal in the end is balance your flavors, your sweet, your salty, your savory, and balance your textures. This is a really fun way to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.